John, a break from league action this weekend. We travel, I think it's around 255 miles up to Wick in the Scottish Cup. What are your thoughts on this one? It's a bit of a different tie.
Yeah, we're a bit into the unknown, really. We know something about them, obviously, but it's quite difficult to get a lot of video footage on them. We've got some YouTube clips that anyone can get from their two Scottish Cup ties against Benburn and Lochee, which they obviously, 5-1 victory against Lochee, 2-0 victory against Benburn. So, they've done very well to get to this stage. And yeah, as you said there, it's a long trip, but we're going up on the Friday and taking that, making sure on the day of the game we're well, rested up and ready to go. And it's a Scottish Cup, and it's big, it's massive. We want to get a run. The Scottish Cup is an opportunity to get good finance for the football club, and every club wants a run in the Scottish Cup. Financially is a big thing, and then obviously testing yourself against different opposition, and that's what Wick have done up to now. They've went and won a couple of games, and they're under no pressure whatsoever against ourselves. We'll be big favourites for the game, and it's a shot to nothing for them and a potential banana skin. So we have to be at it on the day, make sure we're very professional, work our socks off. We'll need to fight for every ball because I'm sure they're going to do that, and we'll have to match that, and we've got to make sure that the cream always rises to the top and that we come out on top.
So I guess it's one of these fixtures where you can't. The key is not to underestimate the opposition, because you probably know as well as any that the Scottish Cup, you can get those upsets. And has that been something that you've been wary of, kind of in the lead up to this with your preparation?
Well, we've got to guard against it. We have to guard against it, and I think we're doing that ultimately by making sure that we go up there and prepare properly for it. It would be difficult to travel on the day anyway and be physically ready for that game. So we have to do that. We've went over video footage with the players. We went through them individually, especially, and just so they know that they're not going into the game completely blind. The facilities, the pitch itself is quite a wide grass pitch, but like a lot of grass pitches who are probably not getting full-time maintenance, it's probably going to, you're into the winter months now. It's not going to be a bowling green, that's for sure. It's not going to be Wembley. It's not going to be a beautiful surface, and it's on a big slope, which again is unusual. And the fans are right next to the pitch basically, so there's a lot of things that are out of the ordinary for us that we need to make sure that it doesn't affect us at all. So we've showed the players where they're going to go and play. The slope as best as you can. It's very difficult to show it in a video, but there's a large slope. I mean, Paul Smith, the assistant manager, he was up there with Raith Rovers 10 years ago. Cole Donaldson was up there in a pre-season friendly with Livingston, and Paddy was up there. Paddy Martin was up there with a young Hibs team, as well. So they've already said that the video footage doesn't do the slope justice, so I think the pitch is running in different ways as well. So it's something that we have to cater for and be ready for, and make sure that it doesn't affect our performance too much. We may have to adapt a little bit the performance because of that, but we've got to go up there and do everything quick, get onto the ball quick, get the ball moving quick, play at a tempo that a team from the Highland League shouldn't be able to live with, and obviously take our chances and try to kill the game off as quickly as we can. And I'm sure that Wick will be trying to do the opposite. They'll be trying to stay in the game and trying to make it difficult for us, trying to slow the game down, trying to hit us in a counter-attack. We've got to be guarded, but we've got to be very determined and ruthless in the way we go about it.
And no disrespect at all to Wick Academy, but from your point of view, is this a chance maybe to give some players who haven't seen as many minutes this season a bit of competitive playtime?
If we do that, it won't be for the reason that we underestimate Wick. If we make changes, then it'll be because we think that we're maybe still looking to get a consistent team that's going to perform consistently, because we've been a little bit Jekyll and Hyde with regards to our performances. We can be really, really good, and then we can hit a slump in the game like Saturday, where we we were very bang average for a period after we scored to half time, and then we picked the game up again second half and do very well in the second half and thoroughly deserved to win the game. Never mind getting a draw at the game. We did more than enough to win the game, but obviously we need to stop losing 3 goals. 3 goals against Kelty, 3 goals against Clyde. It means you've got to score 4, and in these games we could have scored 4, but when you don't, you end up, you're dropping points. So we've got to try and make sure we're not losing goals.
And just lastly, going into this game, how's the squad looking? We know Cole Donaldson missed out on Saturday. I think you said it was due to illness. Is he back, and is there anyone else we can look out for in the matchday squad? Yeah,
Cole was missing for most of last week. He was in the Monday. We did a video. He never trained or nothing. He just went basically home after that, and he wasn't back. Didn't come back in until Friday. So in his, he said he had the flu. So fine. He came back in. Obviously, as everyone knows, that if you've got flu type symptoms, you have kind of like can knock 7 bells out of you. And so we had to make sure we were going in the park with players that were 100%, and that's what we did. So we kind of missed Cole without doubt. But he's been back in all week, and he's trained all week, and he's very much available for the game on Saturday. We've picked up another illness along similar lines to another player. But other than that, we have everyone else available.
And just one last thing, speaking of injuries, was it good to be able to have Ryan Williamson back after so long on the sidelines? Just another option for you at right back. And how did you feel that he did on his return on Saturday?
Well, it was very good to get him back. He's a great big lad, and he wants to be playing football all the time. He was so frustrated when he was out for so long and trying to get back and breaking down. It was a shame for him. But we finally got him back. So he, as I said, last week in our pre-match interview, that he had played in a bounce game during the week. He did very well in that, and when the situation cropped up with Cole, we didn't know early in the week when Ryan played in the bounce game, we didn't know that at that point that Cole was not going to be available for the game. So when that did materialise, we put Ryan right in, and it was getting Brad to slot back into centre back. So it was fairly straightforward from that point of view. So yeah, having only played a bounce game for about an hour, and as much as he's done a hell of a lot of rehab to get to where he was, there's nothing like playing a game, So he did fine, he did well. He was always going to tire, and he was always probably never going to last 90 minutes. But he will have benefited from that, and he's trained all week. So yeah, it's a positive, very much a positive to have him back. Every manager wants all their players available all the time. It just doesn't happen, but it's very good to have Ryan back.
Okay, John, thank you very much, and see you up at Wick on Saturday.
Thank you.